Welcome to the Tragikast. This is your host, Zareth. This is a podcast where we talk about video games and nerdy things. I am joined, as always, by my friend Kevin. And I have a special guest, my beautiful wife, Storybook Brawl Day 2 tournament competitor, Alux.
What an intro.
Yeah, you're welcome. Man. So, not a lot's happened for gaming. We did a little bit of gaming this week together. Mostly a lot of Storybook Brawl.
Yeah, it's like we played like 4 nights this past week. So.
Yeah, everything's been a blur, alright?
and that doesn't even count DnD. It was like 5 nights out of the week we did something. This is actually the most we've done in a long time.
Alright, like I said, all the days blend in together to me, okay? It's been a rough weekend. Well, with that in regards, have you done anything outside of, I know you finished the Mass Effect trilogy, congrats.
Yes, I did finish that and started Andromeda back over.
I hope you finish it.
This time.
Did you beat Andromeda, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, you liked it a lot.
I enjoyed Andromeda.
I liked the combat system for Andromeda. I didn't hate the story. I don't know why, though. I just stopped playing.
The story was okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it kind of the opposite right now when I started playing is I don't know if it was the revamp in the Legendary remake, but the combat actually feels more clunky in Andromeda than it did in...
That's interesting. I haven't played the remake.
I haven't played 3 to Andromeda either,
But I don't remember having a problem with the combat in the original trilogy until I played Andromeda and thought Andromeda was a lot smoother.
Yeah. Andromeda does something nicer in that it has the jetpack jumping, so...
Yes.
That is
yeah, that's what I like, the mobility of that game.
Yeah, the mobility is so much better. The cover mechanic is worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I'm having the issue.
Gotcha. Did you decide to go Infiltrator this time around?
No, I'm running straight biotic.
Gotcha.
Like, just throwing...
That's what I run.
Yeah.
Bio or Vanguard.
I ran full Infiltrator through the first 3 games and decided I would do something different completely off the 4th one.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
How did you like the ending?
I mean, I'm gonna say I'm probably in the minority. I didn't hate it, though I also knew what to expect.
True.
So
this wasn't the shock of release weekend.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, there were controllers thrown.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was ugly.
Especially since this was before the revamped or additional endings, too.
True, this was the vanilla ending that I experienced. I never went back for the enhanced version.
Yeah, they've changed it.
It doesn't matter how much you enhanced it.
Yeah, I will say, though, I did tell Marco this, the Citadel DLC, which came out
was really good.
A year later, it was amazing. It was worth the replay by itself.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Oh, man. Well, so have you done anything after that I'm not aware of?
No, that's pretty much it for me.
Is that not enough?
No, it's not.
It's rude.
I need more.
It's the whole trilogy.
So what's next on the docket for you?
Well, I mean,
Andromeda.
Andromeda.
Yeah.
That'll probably be this week.
Yeah.
I'm still salty about the lack of DLC for that game.
Well, I'm more upset that they have stuff like, the Quarians are gonna get here. It'll be in DLC, and then they're like, oh no, never mind. Fuck this.
They left the hooks for them. I don't understand how that game did not do well enough to warrant the DLC.
Yeah.
Coming from somebody whose favorite Dragon Age game is DA2, that got a ton of DLC that vastly improved the game, I don't understand how Andromeda didn't get the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if the initial knockback Andromeda was not what people wanted, and maybe that was just they were like, people aren't invested, so let's not even waste.
You're coming off Shepard, I think, is the issue, and I think people were like, this isn't Shepard. It's the very same thing from Dragon Age, though. Remember? Grey Wardens, and then suddenly, I'm not a Grey Warden anymore.
Yeah, well, Andromeda should have been released between 2 and 3 as a spinoff instead of after.
That would have been
Probably would have done better.
Yeah.
I don't know that
especially
they had the
considering-
development resources.
Probably not, but I mean, it also fits the storyline because that's
Yes.
when they left.
Yeah,
So they don't even know that 3's happened yet.
that's true. Well, I'm doing nothing exciting. I'm still on Yakuza 5. It'll probably be on there for the next couple of episodes. Well, Brittany, or Aliwak, sorry, you play a lot of Storybook Brawl.
Cover's blown.
Oh, shit! What else do you play besides that?
Well, that's a good question. Besides my visual novels,
Yeah, you
not really a whole lot right now.
and your mobile gotcha game.
Yeah, I've got my gotchas.
You know, Obey Me and Atomes. So, like, this tells you how much, like, I don't know. I rag on you a lot for, you know, not paying attention while you're playing. But the amount of hours you have over me in Storybook Brawl is impressive.
Yeah, I think.
Even
closing on
Crowns, you have
14?
171, and I only have 140. So,
I
But-
will
Yeah,
say,
1,400
I have
hours
also been
played.
playing a mobile game that Brittany might be interested in, since
Ooh.
I know she does Civilization. It's called Polytopia, but it's like a little mini Civilization on mobile.
oh god.
Like you can run an entire game in like
I
20
thought
minutes.
I thought you were my friend. What? I'm never gonna see my wife again. It does
I
look
actually-
super cute too.
I actually just did a game of Civ like a week or two ago.
Yeah,
so
I saw her playing, so she's itching for that.
Yeah, like literally, I play like a game of this every night before I go to bed.
looks amazing.
Well, rip me. Well, let's move into the. This will be a short segment for the new releases that are coming out this week. Everything is just a port. Monster Hunter Rise is coming to PC. God of War is also coming to PC, and Astroneer, which apparently, based off of my research, is if Minecraft and No Man's Sky had a love child, is coming to the Switch. So it's on all the other platformers. So if that's your thing, you've got this week, I guess, to look forward to, and have fun with that. But on to the big one, the Storybook Brawl tournament. So as anybody who's listened to the podcast knows, this tournament was kind of a mess in its inception, because they did the patch right before tournament weekend that then had all these technical issues and server issues, so no one got the time, so they ended up postponing the tournament.
Wasn't it an AWS issue?
Yes, but whatever happened stemmed after that, even when AWS was
Well,
up.
it was back up, and
They probably had to like redo their entire containers or
I'm sure they had
everything else.
structure issues.
So they decided to postpone the tournament, which was a good decision, I think, overall. This was your first time Aliux playing in it?
It was
Uh,
first time I qualified.
Yep. And everyone kind of knows my experience. I've played in all of them and have done subpar. So I'm interested, though, what did you think? Like, overall, the tournament experience?
It was fun. I was impressed by, for the volume of work the tournament organizers have to do, how smoothly everything went.
I agree with that. And that's always been my critique, is, like, it's the tournament organizer and the thought process that goes in it. I'm playing a tournament at home without the stress of, one, leaving my house, and it being fluid. I can do other things and stuff like that.
They
It's nice.
have some really great bots built into that channel that I think help automate a lot of that enable them to do this the way they do it.
All right. And I've got it. Now that there's someone else who's experienced this, and Kevin, you're not off the hook. You need to get the 4K so we can get your feedback on it.
We discussed that earlier.
Yeah, I know. The match rank points is insane, but that's a different topic. For ladder versus tournament, did you feel that there was a distinction, like, between...
Between ladder and day one, no. I didn't feel overly pressured. But ladder and day two, absolutely.
Yeah, because you crushed it overall. On day one, you went first, second, first, fourth, and then you kind
and then
of...
very slowly trailed off.
But
the
luckily,
hungrier I got.
it didn't matter because,
Still call.
at that point, you still qualified. And I think it was 8/7 after that, but didn't matter. And then day 2, you started off with a first.
Yes.
Pants game, by the way. I was very proud. And then after
it
that,
worse.
it was double 8.
Yeah, it was bad.
Do you think time, because obviously you're used to playing in the morning, so day 1 you got to kind of choose your own time. Do you think that was a factor, or do you think it was just the overall quality of players that you were up against?
Probably both. I do better in the morning before I've had to think about anything besides the game. So I picked my flight for day 1 accordingly. And then day 2, you don't get that choice because they're picking the best time slot that works
globally, but
as
people
best
in
they
Europe,
can, which I think, as this game grows, is going to start becoming a problem. But we'll see how they kind of handle that in the future.
Yeah. Hopefully, if it grows to that point, that they can then start doing regional tournaments and then have an overall actual worlds.
Yeah, I think that's where they'll have to go as a solution if this game continues to grow.
All right. And I would say, how important did you feel the variance at all, like in terms of hero selection, shop selection? Like, did you feel that was a major tournament? Because a lot of times on streams you'll be like, oh, this game's all luck, or, my hero selection was garbage. That's the only reason why I didn't qual. Like, did you really feel that? Or was it more of...
No, not so much. There were some, on day 1, there were some bad picks or picks I didn't like, but I still managed to do okay with. Like, I had a Midas pick for my 3rd or 4th game, and I still got top 4 with it. Maybe, yeah, it was top 4. And there were some heroes that I picked that I normally do well with, and that I just didn't, and that's just normal variance.
Yeah.
There was a Merlin game I think I got 6th or 7th with, which sucked.
Yeah, I guess I should have even preferenced this. Alux plays a very, I'm not going to use the word unorthodox, but unique style of Storybook Brawl. I think we all have our pet cards, right?
Yeah, thanks.
On stream.
Go ahead.
She was in the featured match, and I watched it, and she comes up, and there are 2 friendly spirits on the board. And I'm like, and if I didn't even know it was her, I'd have been like, yeah, that's definitely her.
It's so true.
The value, though. The value from those cards.
And
so
she was APOC during that feature match, so it's not even like you could be like, I'm gonna grow these friendly spirits.
Listen.
Oh,
to be
man.
fair, though, friendly spirits is a really good mid-game card.
Oh, I agree. I don't think it's bad.
It's an
I don't
excellent
think it's
value
bad
card.
on APOC at all.
My personal strategy for APOC is a little different, and this is why it's variant. I don't play anything on APOC that I have to scale. I can self-containing scaling. Animals, evil with evil queen, dwarves even. Like if I can't find anything, and the treasures I'm picking are like dark contract, like shit that just makes me strong for 1 or 2 turns.
Yeah.
And that is it. And then at 4, I'm looking for XP spells. And then at 5, I'm hard rolling for our XP spells only. Obviously, though, I'm not a day 2 competitor, so...
That's right.
My
APOC game is very hit or miss, so that's probably something I need to work on. I remember being unhappy with my hero choices for that game, so I just picked what I felt was best. But yeah, APOC I'm going to be playing more of.
Yeah, and to that note, like when I got kicked out, I played poorly in my 3rd and 4th games, and I realized that I need to play more games in a row because I lose focus very quickly. But then I got Skip, and that was the best hero in my lobby. And I'm not going to blame the variance on me having Skip. I just don't have a lot of time on Skip.
Well, you could have gone Celestial Tiger, too. I remember that was the other viable choice. Neither of them are great.
No, and I don't have a lot of experience with either of them. So really what I'm going to focus on is just playtime and, whatever. What are your lessons learned from this tournament? One, do you want to go back? You're going to gun for 4K and be in February's? And two, what are your lessons learned and what are you going to work on to make that happen?
Lessons learned. I mean, I'm definitely going to try and qual again because I didn't last month because it was just kind of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I've been in it, I like to do it again. And lessons learned is mostly just trying to figure out how to get myself to be able to focus on the game when I need to.
Instead of reading manga while playing, while listening to things, and while playing a mobile game.
Can't do that during a tournament.
No.
Probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter so much when I'm playing early morning. Matters a lot when I'm playing at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
There's also the old adage of play like you practice, so...
See, maybe I should have been reading.
Kevin, you're not helping. And overall, I believe they changed the prize structure for the tournament moving forward.
They did.
So you actually technically got a cash payout.
I did.
Quote unquote cash payout.
It was originally top 32 was going to get 700 gems, but it turned out they turned it into every day 2 competitor gets 700 gems. So I was able to get that prize, which was nice. It's $40 cash value. So
she's already making more money. It was funny is last week, I called this. I literally was like, Brittany's gonna day 2. I'm not even gonna, and barely, not qual or make day 2. Well,
we joked about it.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I knew it was gonna happen. But my next prediction, since I'm so well, is that the February tournament, all 3 of us are going to play in it. I'm going to day 2, and you and Kevin are going to top 16. I feel it in my bones.
Wow. Bold.
You got a lot of... yeah, very bold, considering I'm not even 3,200 yet.
Yo, you got 20 days. A lot can happen in 20 days.
Yeah, I can go back down to 3,000.
The road to 3,000. That's what I call that. Even just after the tournament, though, I've been taking ladder more seriously. I'm already at like 37.
I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing better than I am. I'm only
sure
at 35. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. It's like I try real hard. I don't fuck around until I hit 4K. Yeah. And then when I hit 4K, I go, okay, I need to get better with Skip, and then I'll play Skip over heroes I normally
if
wouldn't.
the 4K plus lobbies are like some of those day 2 lobbies,
they are.
It's going to be more valuable.
They really are.
My problem is my ranking is super messed up. So, like today, I think I played like 8 games and I top 4'd 6 of them, and I'm down 50 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, losses can really... Well, the thing that...
Top 4 is not supposed to be a loss.
Well, the problem is the MMR lobby, right? So if you do well in a lobby where the MMR says you were supposed to get 6th, you'll get points for 5th place. Yeah, but if you're hidden...
I think my problem is I have a career high at 3,900, so that's where my MMR is at. But I'm playing in these 3,100 lobbies.
Yep.
So it's thinking I should win every one of them.
Yeah, and then when you don't, it's like, oh, penalize you 30, that's...
Yeah, so I'm getting like 2 points for 4th place and losing 40 for 5th.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just win.
If it'd give me Trophy Hunter every time, I would.
We all have our trophy cards. You have your pet cards. You have your pet heroes. Yeah, mine's definitely shoulder fairies, but overall, you have any questions that you can think of so I can let Aluex get back to all the other crap that she needs to do?
I can't really think of anything.
Yeah. Either way, congratulations.
Thank you.
Wish me luck.
Good luck.
And then hopefully I'll see you.
I believe in you. You can do it. This is which tournament? How many have you been in?
Oh my God, I've been in every one except the first one that required.
How many is that? Then?
Oh God, what 4?
4.
This will be my 5th.
Fifth time's the charm.
Yeah. We'll go with that. Yeah. And then I got to qual for Feb. We all have to qual for Feb. We're gonna start.
Everybody,
even Sam.
Ryan.
Ryan too. He just got the. Well, no, Ryan. I can't go on a tangent right now. And if Ryan's listening, your trophy hunter board was horrendous.
No.
I'm glad that you won, and I'm happy you made it to Legend, but that was the worst trophy hunter board I've ever seen in my
I'm
life.
clipping this and sending this to Ryan.
I was like, this hurts my soul.
Yeah, and he like said, yeah, I won though, and I was like, no, that is not
That's
the
right.
point to be taken away here.
Results-oriented thinking.
The animal build he had.
Dude, what was on space to like
Upgraded bear stuff
in the front row?
before the stuff that spawn things attacked.
Ryan, I think you can do it. I really do.
He's
But-
trying his best.
But you really do need to listen to your senpais here, okay?
Clipping this and sending it to Ryan.
That's fun. He needs to hear it. I just need to be in a better spot where I can articulate that I'm still proud of him, because I don't want to take away his accomplishments. Getting Legend is your first milestone. After that, it's Mythic. Honestly, though, Kevin, you're due next. Do not let Sam beat you.
I can't promise you anything. Like I said, with the way of my current ladder, I have almost zero desire to make a serious climb.
I don't blame you if it's that not enjoyable, right? But I
Read some manga
yeah. Have you tried?
while you play.
I watch Critical Role.
So there you go. It's a good one too.
That is a good one.
I'm about out of Critical Role episodes, though, so I'm gonna have to find something else soon.
God, that's crazy to think about. Well,
Alrighty.
Alex, thank you so much for joining.
Talk to you later,
I
guys.
guess I'll talk to you later.
I guess. If I have to. See ya.
Bye. Well, now that she's gone, whew, man,
yeah.
she's so intimidating, dog. How am I supposed to live with someone who, like, just, emasculates me all the time? Because always we know gaming is just a pro-masculine thing, and here's my wife just telling me that, you'll never do it as good, as good as I can. Well, what other games do you play? Oh, mostly Otomes and gacha games, but I'm going to beat you at this one game that you're trying really hard at. First off, she doesn't only play those games. That is fair. She plays RPGs. She is a quote-unquote true gamer. I hate that. You play card games. Hearthstone, Magic. You used to play Magic until I killed your love for that. Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to kill her love for Storybook Brawl. No, because then she goes out on top. No, I have to at least top 16 before I do that. Alright, well, let's move on. Talk about other shit. The big news. Zynga has been bought by Take-Two Games for $12.7 billion. How do you feel about that overall? Do you give a shit? Like, are you, because Take-Two does have a lot of cool games, but...
Yeah. Like, my first thing that I just think of is why.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you why. Mobile games make more money.
Oh, no, I understand that, but Zynga, their big mobile games aren't even in circulation anymore. Like,
Well, I've played one Zynga game, or two. I played their poker back on Facebook and Farmville. And
yeah.
and I've deleted my Facebook for at least 10 years, so that tells you how long.
Yeah, and they deleted Farmville, so...
Did they really?
Yeah, you can't play Farmville anymore. Why?
Then yeah,
Fair, I will tell you though, I do remember this from college, Words with Friends. Zynga bought it for $3 billion, so...
Hey, they
just
got
how
their
much
money back.
Property was, yeah.
Oh my god, I don't even remember Words with Friends until you just said that, and then I was just like, oh yeah, that's right.
My mom plays Merge Dragons.
Hey, so I feel like everyone at one point has played a Zynga game, right?
Yeah. But,
And whether they
yeah.
can, and I think, yeah, why? I'm right
Yeah.
there with you. Like, what are you going to do now? Like,
It's 2.7 billion, or 12.7 billion, whatever it was.
12.7.
12.7. Worth enough to acquire the things they already have, or could you take that 12.7 and make your own games in your own division?
Yeah, the problem that I have in my mind, right, and this does come from ignorance, right? So I'm not trying to claim being, that I know everything about this, but I feel like there's a huge distinction between mobile gaming and console gaming and PC gaming. Like, I play some mobile games, but I'm not big into it. I'm much bigger into console gaming, and I don't think mobile gaming's not real gaming. I'm not one of those people, but I feel like they're just two different things, right? Like, so I don't care that Rockstar is now going to have, or not Rockstar, like a Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Online can become a better mobile games, or Borderlands, right? Like that does nothing for me.
Right. And I'm not even sure this goes there. I mean, it possibly could, but cause I mean, GTA and Borderlands and stuff like that. Those are, I mean, Take-Two is a publisher. It's not a
Yeah, it's not a actual develop.
developer. So maybe now that they've bought Zynga, and I don't know if they are just getting the titles, or are they getting the development companies that come with it?
Yeah, based off this screenshot, it looks like that's what they're alluding to, but I know nothing about it.
Yeah, I haven't dug into it either. So, I mean, sure, we could potentially get a GTA licensed mobile game, but I mean, it's not gonna be Rockstar.
Like that, and I don't know. Would you play it?
That depends on what it was. If it was something like Match 3 GTA game,
Yeah.
you gotta go Match 3 to steal a car. It's like, no, probably not. And even if it's like a full RPG, probably not.
Yeah, you play more mobile gaming than I do. So
my mobile games, I need something in between. I don't want the standard Match 3 and that's all you do type thing.
Yep.
But I also don't want a full RPG on my phone. If I want that, I'm just gonna play it on PC or on console.
Yeah. No, I agree. I do think there's great mobile games that ride that in between. Like I was playing that Final Fantasy Arena Battler for a little bit, and the only thing I could keep thinking of is this would be so good. I would probably play this, and I'm kind of battle arenaed out if it was on the PC. But it just doesn't feel good on mobile.
Yeah, and that's like that mobile game that I was telling Brittany about. It's perfect for mobile. It's not Civilization, because I don't know, there is like a Civilization version of mobile, and it's not great because there's just too much there.
Yeah, it's a complicated game, right? To then have to shrink down.
Yeah, so this game is super simplified. It's got the combat that's basically the same, and it's got like a super simplified tech tree. And you can run a game in 20 to 30 minutes. So.
And that's perfect though. Like that's in my mind an ideal way to take an existing console game, make it good for mobile and unique to mobile. Because if you wanted an in-depth game or more time, you probably just play Civ.
Yeah.
Right? But
yeah, and this works good when you're laying in bed and you don't have your computer.
Yeah. And yeah. So overall, I'm kind of right there with you. Like maybe some good will come out of it, but why? Like $12.7 billion for a mobile company. So
yeah. And that's what they're investing their money in instead of Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, because we'll be playing Grand Theft Auto Online for like the next 10 years. We're going to be telling our children as they're playing the Grand Theft Auto. Because they'll finally be able to play it. Because they'll be 17.
Yeah, it'd be that whole thing. It's like, can I get Grand Theft Auto 5? No, you can get 6 when it comes out.
That's great. Oh, man. So, on to something that I think both of us are a little bit more excited about. You more so than me. But there's been some information on Knights of the Old Republic where they're not just updating graphics, but they're also revamping combat. So overall, what do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think we mentioned this when the announcement came out during the podcast that the one thing that we both wanted out of this was a revamp of the combat.
Yep.
Because for those who don't know, the combat is based off of D&D 3.5,
which was great in tabletop.
Yeah.
Not so much though for playing.
So I don't remember. I know this one had. Did it have like a toggle combat where you could do full turn-based?
Full, yes, you can.
All right.
Yeah.
I never played it in full turn-based. I played it in the other style, which is you like queue up actions and then like every 6 seconds they happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I always hated it. It was awful.
Yep. And in the pre-show, AliOX was referring to like she kind of is in the opposite boat where I don't care. She was worried that they might make story changes. And I think I looked at her incredulously, and you were just like, no, the last thing I want is this combat system.
Yeah, I could not suffer through the game again with
No.
that combat system.
I agree.
But yeah, but hearing that they're looking at taking God of War and Neo style combat is exciting for me because I love the Soul Styles combat. Now I don't want them to change this into a Soul Styles game, but
No.
I do love the Soul Styles combat. So
Yeah. No, God of War in Souls, like, yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, those combats always feel good. So I do think I'm even more excited for this game to release. You beat it though, right?
It has been many years.
Okay. Here's for the shocking reveal. I haven't.
Yeah, I think you've told me that before. So.
Yeah. Yep. And it's because of the fact that this combat system is straight garbage. Like, not to... during its time, it wasn't. I just never played it during its time.
Well, see, that was my thing. I played it in college, so I played it well after its time as well. The only reason I stuck through it is because Revan is my favorite Star Wars character, so...
Yep, you will suffer for those that you love.
But I suffered through it once. I'm not doing it again.
Yep, but now, yeah, we got a shot to play it again, revamped. Should be a lot of fun. I'm actually really looking forward to it again because I didn't play it play it all the way through the first time. So.
Yeah, the big problem now though is that most people know the story. So do you still play it like canon, or do you play how you want to play? You know.
That's true. Like, I don't want to spoiler the twist for the people that don't. Like, I haven't even beat the game, and I still know the twists.
Yeah.
But yes, that is an interesting take. Is like, all right, so if I do know what's happening next, how am I gonna play this? Do I play with the knowledge of whatever, or do I try to pretend like I have amnesia, like my main character?
Yeah, no, not even that. It's early game. You get light side, dark side options.
True.
And canon, he would always choose light side, but
yeah,
so you know that.
Yep.
But do you play dark side?
Just because you can.
Because I'm not gonna lie, dark side is always more fun in Star Wars games.
This is true. Even when I was playing the MMORPG, I don't think I ever I had a Sith Inquisitor as my main.
I did too.
I just wanted to shoot lightning.
I have played all of the main storylines through that, and Inquisitor was my main, and definitely dark side. But you got some real interesting things playing opposite of what you were supposed to. So like, my Sith knight or warrior, whatever they were.
Yeah.
I ran it light side.
That's interesting.
Super interesting. And my Jedi counselor, which is supposed to be your pinnacle of light side,
yeah,
I ran dark side.
Oh my god.
So yeah, there's some super interesting things to do running it opposite, but yeah, the Inquisitor was still my favorite, and it was still dark side.
It's the way to go. Overall, super excited. We don't have a release date for this game.
I don't think so. I haven't heard of one. So yeah, it's probably gonna come out the same time that the Arkham Knights or Gotham Knights comes out.
God, that's another one.
Same week.
At least we'll have both a solo and a multiplayer game, I guess, then, right?
Yeah.
God, yeah, I want that one to come out super fast. This is the part where we talk about Critical Role, or at least DnD. I, as always, am behind. I've watched some of the Critical Role, but not all of them. By the way, I know I love Fern. Absolutely fucking love Fern.
Yeah, you did. So you have watched the first part of it where she.
Oh yeah. And then she ends up charming him, and then they're over there talking about sex shit, and then they go back to her, and then she's like, and that's why I love maple syrup.
Yeah. It's definitely the best part of it though is where the other guards were questioning him, and he's like, and she's just like, who's in charge here?
And he's like, she's got a point. Oh my god, she is so good. Oh god, and Critical Role doesn't really need anybody else's endorsement or anything like that. But that NordVPN shit, man, it cracks me up. And you made a suggestion, and I might just actually go ahead and do that and just watch all the NordVPN commercials.
It literally has a storyline, and the fan base calls it the Nordverse.
Oh.
It's its own story within Critical Role.
Oh my god. It's so good. It is so good. It's such a unique way to make advertising, right? Because who's sitting there going, ah, man, I really hope this episode is sponsored by NordVPN, right? That's something as an advertiser I want the users to say.
Yeah. And man, you gotta give them lots of props just to give Sam full reins
to do whatever.
Yeah. Because Sam's not even at this point in the Nordverse, he's out of it.
Yeah.
You notice he's not even sitting at the table while all this is going on.
Yeah.
But you know this is all still Sam creative.
Yeah, it has his stamp all over it. God. He did a Broadway musical for one of the product placements. A Broadway number, really. We shouldn't call it a musical, but...
And brought in a guest star from Campaign 1 just for it. She wasn't even...
She wasn't even at the table. Oh, man. God. Is that what we need to do? Yeah. How do we get sponsors?
I think we gotta get viewers first.
Oh, okay. Viewers first, and then we can get sponsors.
Yeah.
And then we can get hire Sam to write our... How much do you think he charges?
We would probably have to give him our sponsor.
Just everything. Can we do it?
On the bright side, if we get it out there that Sam is in charge of our
advertising,
sponsor,
oh god, that's
our viewer numbers are gonna go up.
That's true. That's a win-win. God. All right, someone reach out to Sam. I got it. I follow him on TikTok. I'll hit him up there. It's got to be very professional.
See if we can just land us some low-end sponsors. Maybe Critical Role would like to sponsor us. Just feature us on their page one Sunday night.
Dude, if that ever happens, ever in our lifetime, I will die.
We made it.
Yeah, we made it. I don't even care how successful everything else is. This is peak. Like, at that point, I'm just gonna retire from everything, because, like, what else are we gonna do?
You'll be a professional D&D player from that point on.
Shoot. I would love that.
Yeah, you could write that on a resume. It's like, yeah, I DM'd a Critical Role sponsored
God.
D&D session.
Man, that would be great. But since we don't have Critical Role too much to talk about, how did you like yesterday's D&D session?
It's pretty good. Things do get a little crazy when those two are arguing.
Yeah, and as a DM, I haven't figured out a way to tell them to shut up, without telling the people to shut up, because I don't want to do that, right? Like, but it gets to the point where it detracts a little bit too much. So I like my NPCs to be like, this is besides the point. Like, that's why I loved having Nas there, because Nas is like, no bullshit. Like, this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then Stefano asking your character the question of like, I'm actually really interested in what you think. And then your response to that was perfect. It's like, yeah, gotta love two non-humans talking about, like, political affairs and what's best for us. Oh, man.
So, yeah, I mean...
But I love the fact that they're in the campaign. They both bring an interesting dynamic, so I'm not trying to complain about them as their...
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, their characters do clash directly with each other. And considering that Ez suffers from main character syndrome to start with.
Yes. Yeah, like, well, and I even DM'd you a little bit too, where he's just going off about all this stuff he's spouting as fact. I'm like, I never told him that. Like, his character's allowed to lie though, right? So I can't call him out as a DM. Like,
yeah, if
he wants to say those things, that's great. But as a DM, I'm like, that's not true.
Yeah. And, like, my character doesn't fully trust him anyway, so she doesn't really believe anything he says to start with.
Yeah, well, that, and, like, he's eventually going to do something to get himself killed.
Yeah.
Because eventually he's going to... Because he almost did it with the Thieves Guild in the private session. To Blade, like, you know, he was like, did you have... He was asking him if he had Father Thomas and or... Theverin, you know, killed or, you know, put out, and the Blade was just like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I guess he thought that was him being coy and that he was responsible, and then he threatened him, and Blade at that point just looks at him and goes, give me one reason why I should let you leave. And this is a level like 18 rogue. Yo, if Blade wanted to, you'd be dead. He even told him that. It was like, I want to let you... Because he was also... One of the things he was trying to do is now that Blade didn't know the entire story. So my rogue didn't know that Gast was... He didn't go on the last trip where the demons inhabited whatever, right? Like, so he wasn't there for that. So now he knows, and it triggers why Gast is being so weird. So he goes, oh, that makes a lot of sense. And that's why I'm leaving. He goes... And this is what he even tells him. It's like, listen, I mean, no disrespect, but I could beat you with one hand behind my back. And here's the other thing. Gas, before this demon, could beat me with one hand behind his back. So I'm getting the fuck out.
Yeah.
And he ran away. Like, but this is he doesn't understand power level structure, right? Like, I don't know. He's eventually gonna fuck with the wrong person and actually get himself killed.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't. I don't not want to say it's against his character.
It's not. His character is used to being this almighty, all-powerful being. Why should I have to speak down, or why should I have to you know, speak up to anybody?
Or risk aversion, like He's
Yeah.
never had to deal with that.
Yeah, mortality is not a thing he understands. So I get it. I'm still, cause and effect.
Yeah.
It's still going to happen.
No, and I think he's actually mentioned before, like in post-game chatting, that he expects his character to die at some point. And we all know that our cleric doesn't heal, so no one's gonna bring him back to life.
What's funny is Severin gets feeble-minded, and the one thing I did was I looked at his spell list, and I was just like, oh, they're never gonna get Severin back. At least for 30 days.
Well, to be fair, a cleric can change their spells every day.
Yeah, but it's a 5th level spell.
Yeah, that is where the issue is. Not that he couldn't do it, it's that he can't do it currently.
Yep. That, and like, man, even if he could, I don't know if he would.
No, he probably wouldn't. My biggest thing, though, is listening to this all thing, and they all went to the temple, and there was only the one guy that could heal Theverin, and he was incapacitated, and I'm sitting here the whole time thinking, are there not other people in this city that can do healing?
There are.
It's like,
If you notice, no one asked that question.
And I wasn't there, so
Yeah.
I couldn't ask it, but I'm sitting here the whole time just going, somebody ask if there's somewhere else to go.
Yeah, because there is. First off, this isn't the only... Here's the major one. This isn't the only temple. This is the Temple of Bahamut. You
Yeah,
could literally go to the Temple of Moradin, or, any of the other ones.
Or, go to the tower.
Or the... Yep, and that was the second one. The Adventurers Guild have people that can heal. Man, there is
That
a...
was even mentioned. It's like, yeah, we've seen people come back with the tower with this before. It's like...
Yep. Yeah.
My character wasn't privy to any of that information, so she didn't say anything.
I know. Which is a shame. But now we have Presidential Campaign Donar.
Yeah, so I guess it all works out in the end.
Yeah, as long as Severin... Yeah. I just don't want your old character to die. I like Severin, but the way things are going...
Yeah.
Well, he is being hidden right now, so it should be fun.
Should be. We shall see, I guess.
Yep. Well, so anybody who doesn't know, on Sundays we do our D&D session. It is heavily roleplay. Sometimes for the better, sometimes not so much. But it's still a lot of fun, so if you do like a lot of roleplay and less combat, I would highly suggest it. It's a wide variety of different people that bring a lot to the table. It's fun to watch, and that's Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Other than that, let's jump to what are your plans for this week, man?
Be playing some Mass Effect.
Andromeda, that's right.
Yeah, getting, I guess, some Storybook Brawl, and I don't get too frustrated by that.
By the end of it.
Yeah.
I hope you make it. I really do.
And maybe some base mining.
Oh yeah, space mining. That was fun for the one day that we did it. And then we jumped to Storybook Brawl. I think Storybook Brawl is just... The problem that space mining has, and I don't know why we keep doing this ebb and flow, of being like, sometimes we can't even get 3 people to play a game. And sometimes we have 5 people that want to play a game. And you never know who, when, where. Like, right now there's 5 people that will play Back 4 Blood. Oh, there's 4 people. Yeah.
Yeah, the Deep Galactic's the same.
Yep, 5 and 4.
Yeah, so then we go to Storybook Brawl where we have 6.
Yeah, exactly. Those lobbies are a lot of fun. It's nice to totally not give a crap.
Yeah, I do think that's where I have the most fun with Storybook Brawl right now.
Is custom lobbies?
Yeah.
I agree. I like qualifying for the tournament. I like being competitive. But yeah, no, it's something refreshing about, like, I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to play Celestial Tiger. I'm going to try to hit a 7-drop on 3 to high roll it. And then I'm going to be an Excalibur gamer. Like, that would never be something I would do. Ever. Even in a tournament. Especially in a tournament. But yeah.
I am gonna say though, Brittany said she wouldn't play Trophy Hunter in a tournament. That upset me.
I will say I think she's wrong on that, but I also think there's player misconceptions, right? There's people that will never play Pants in a tournament, and I think those people are crazy. I think Pants is easily one of the best tournament heroes in the game, not because he's strong, but because he's guaranteed, quote unquote guaranteed, a top 4 as long as you know how to play Pants. And I feel like Trophy Hunter, if you know how to play Trophy Hunter, you're not guaranteed a top 4, but man, when you click, you're winning the lobby. It's very much like a skip game too, right? Where, like, if you click, and I'm not good at skip, so I will never play him in a tournament yet. Well, I had to, but you know what I mean. When it clicks, you win.
Yeah, I would argue that Trophy Hunter is a
top 4 hero.
Yes, because, and here's the reason. With the changes to Mummy to 3,
yeah, I agree.
You're almost guaranteed to get to 4 with 20 plus life now.
Yeah, as long as you can find a mummy.
Yeah, and if you can get to 4 with 20 plus life, you're gonna get top 4.
Yeah,
because
you can do the broken shit after that.
Yeah, the only things that upset Trophy Hunter are level 6 things.
Yep.
So, I mean, Pigomorphs, the dragon, whatever, or
Doom Breath.
Those things are what can upset a Trophy Hunter, but you can't get those to 6. And the way that everything is right now is by the time you get to 6, there's usually only 4 people left anyway.
True.
So
No.
I would argue that Trophy Hunter is a top 4 hero now. I mean, you're always, no matter what hero you're playing, you're going to have those games where you just don't find anything
that you need.
Yeah,
I've had, dude,
top 8 with whatever.
I've topped 8 with Pants, which it's happened, right? Does it mean that it's going to happen? Like, most of the time, no, it does not.
Yeah, it's just those super unlucky games where you don't find hat or ball.
Yeah.
You've gotten 10 treasures.
Yep. Even though I've had games where I've gotten second with Pants, and I still didn't find hat or ball. Yeah. And because that shit happens too. That's why variants exist. But I agree with you. But people just have this bias of certain things, right? And I realize I have one with Copycat. I feel like I think Copycat is overhyped and overplayed.
Copycat's really good right now.
Yeah, but I honestly believed up until I saw Brittany running it in the tournament that people that were playing it were misevaluating it, and I think I was misevaluating it. I still think it's being played too much, but I think I need to play it more. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I don't play it much myself, but Copycat plus Boots is a broken combo.
That is the one time where I will play it. I had a game where I was on Horde Dragon, and I had an upgraded book and a pretty big. I had a Monkey's Paw and a Friendly Spirit. So upgraded book with Friendly Spirit, and I'm Monkey's Paw, right? So you could put that in there. I saw it in my shop, and I was like, I think this is a trap. I think somebody else would take this, and I don't think it's right. And I don't know if I was right or not, because I didn't have boots, right? But there's also a thought process of maybe I should have taken it and then just collected chickens to get boots. Yeah, I won that lobby anyway. But
look at the stats from that. You're looking at a 17% chance of Copycat not going off.
Yeah, 3 on that's I trust your math. That's 3 on the front line though, and them not having boots.
Yeah, the 50-50 flip for. So it's a 33 standard of getting hit, but then you've got the 50-50 of whether or not who gets to go first.
Okay, so that's how that math checks out. I got it.
Yeah.
So that's 17%. You know what then? Like, then I I have to literally with that fact, I go back on my statement. I should have got copycat. A 17% chance would have. That's nothing compared to the power boost you get, right?
Yeah, that's how I play, and maybe it's not the best way to play, but I'm a math person, and I mentally calculate percentages a lot of times.
Yep.
And it's like, what's the percentage of this working? So I do think Copycat's better. I don't play it. I probably should play it more than I do. I don't play it much. In most cases, I'll only play it if I have boost or if there are 2 in my shop.
Yep. That's actually the...
If I can put it first and second, I'm guaranteed one of them's going to hit.
Yeah, outside of absurd shit like pig on 1 and then the other sniped.
Obviously, I'm not looking for Copycat on 6, but...
True. Or even Shrink Spell, though, on 1, right? If it gets 0 attack power, it doesn't do anything. Shrink's not a 6, is it? I don't think so.
No.
It's a 5, I think?
Yeah, something like that. So,
Either way.
I mean, statistically, I think Copycat's a good card, but I do think both of us probably play it less than it should be played.
Yeah, it's something I definitely need to probably just make myself do more. I'll do that, though, once I clear the threshold I need to for 4K. Alright, well, we covered a wide variety of stuff. I hope everyone watching will catch us for next week. This will be the first episode that is on Anchor. So if you're listening there, welcome Anchor listeners, and we hope to catch you next week. This will be released every Monday. Well, probably be released on Tuesday based off that works. But if you want to catch us live, you can catch us live on twitch.tv, usually around 5 p.m. Monday for this. And as always, I hope everyone has an excellent weekend. Or week. God, I wish it was Friday.
It's like, this is the opposite of the weekend.
You're not kidding. Alright. Take it easy, guys.
Bye.